So a while ago, I made a video called The Perfect Anime Recommendation Guide, in which I recommended anime to you. I know it's a hard concept, but just go with it. And ever since it got posted, a lot of people seem to like my thoughts, so that obviously went straight to my head, and now I've decided to make a sequel. And so I thought to make a few recommendations that, fit the season, especially with Valentine's Day around the corner. Some people might want to watch some romance movies with their significant other. You might be wanting to watch a romance movie that will fill the void that is your love life. So without further ado, my name is Ina, and I present to you romance anime movies to watch when you feel lonely. This list isn't really in any particular order. I love them all deeply, and I'll tell you where you can watch each movie at the end of the video, so let's start this list off with Ride Your Wave. What a movie. This romance is very much not predictable. It's sweet and sappy in all the right places. It's probably the best example to what it's actually like being in a relationship. From hearing a song on the radio and it becoming your song, to finding a restaurant or cafe and it being your go-to place to get food. Like, for some reason, this movie kind of makes you feel like a third wheel, or like you're just like peeking into this romance that is just so wholesome. And this anime makes you feel things in like a grounded, honest way. Like, literally watching this movie find me with that single tear streaming down my face as the credits rolled. Also, Ride Your Wave is made by the same people who made Devilman Crybaby, just to emphasize that this romance really isn't predictable. Whisper of the Heart. Whisper of the Heart is probably the cutest and most wholesome movie on this list. If you just want to feel like warm and cuddled and like, wow, this is love, this movie is for you. It's a Studio Ghibli movie, and I feel that this movie is really underrated. Plus, this is the source of all the lo-fi wallpapers. It all started with this movie, folks. It's a classic girl meets boy, and the girl is very, very annoyed by him to the point where he is the only thing on her mind. It's great, and I'm always in my happy place when I watch this film. But I should warn you that the song Country Roads is kind of like a theme song to this film. I found it funny at first, but after the movie finished, like, the song ties it all together. Hotarubi no mori e. I don't speak Japanese, so I'm sorry my pronunciation is kinda whack, but it's also called Into the Forest of Firefly's Light. Okay, I really debated putting this movie on my recommendation list, but it's about this little girl who meets this ghost boy at a very, very young age. It follows their relationship over the years to the point where Jin, the ghost boy, looks at the girl who is now grown up, being like, my, time really has flown. You are grown up now. Which then alludes it to like romance, and it's kind of like, But then again, I really enjoyed watching it. It's short, simple, and sweet, and after the credits rolled, I just was in such a very like wholesome, peaceful state of mind, like, wow, nice. Like, does that make sense? Like, I enjoyed it, and after the movie, I did some research, because that's what I do when I have a void in my heart after watching a good film. I learned that the author of this movie actually wrote it as a tribute to her friend who died of cancer, which just hits you much harder. So yeah, I'm like just saying Edward Cullen was like 104 when he met Bella in Twilight, and this is a much better movie than Twilight. I don't know what that argument does, but I'm just putting it in here. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Okay, I know what you're thinking, the title is pretty whack, but I swear after watching this movie, that sentence will mean everything to you. Yeah, I know that I said that this list isn't in any particular order, but I will say that this movie is in like my top 5 anime films. It's like, if you want to feel something in your dead, bottomless pit of a soul, this movie will do that. And as a movie lover who forces her significant other to watch movies with her, especially ones that like hurt, this is the only film that's made him cry. Like, this movie is just so good. It tells the story of a girl searching for the meaning to life just before her own death. And see, I'd call that a spoiler, but the movie opens with her funeral. Yeah. And don't be like, oh, it's one of those movies. Trust me, it is nowhere near those movies. Like, don't you dare compare this movie to the stupid John Green book or that Cole Sprouse movie. None of that in my household, okay? Like, I'm telling you, it's one of my favorites. Go watch it, it's good. Moving on to our last recommendation of the video, Dokusei, also known as Classmates. This anime movie will definitely leave you in a much happier state of mind than the last one. Like, I'm just saying, I love Pancreas, but sometimes I don't want to hurt. I just want to watch a real, authentic romance unfold before me and get like excited when things happen, you know? And for that, I cannot recommend Dokusei enough. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation. I don't know, I like saying it more than Classmates. Like, let me tell you, while I watch this movie, catch me cocooning in this blanket, getting all like giddy and like happy because it's so undeniably cute. Then like 5 minutes later, you'll catch me bursting out laughing. Like, there's only been one anime where I actually laughed out loud rather than just giving a really like long exhale out my nose. Like, I'm not saying you're going to chuckle, like, you're going to laugh. It's just because of how fun this movie is. It's not really like comedic jokes, it's just lovable characters, silly reactions. It's just so good. It's about these two boys in an all-boys high school and the different parts of their relationship, from the in-between state where you're wondering if you're just friends or more than that and asking, what are we? All the way to the random misunderstandings and communication and being in a committed relationship. And I'm just saying that scene where he was crying at the train station kinda hit too hard for me. It's hilarious, it's authentic, and I think if you are a real shoujo romance anime fan, this movie needs to be on your list. Literally, if you love love, Dokusei is what you're going to watch tonight. That's it, it's done. Decided. Okay, those are my romance anime movie recommendations. Let me know if you would like a show version of this. Also, I am putting on the screen where you can find each movie. And I'm hoping that at least one of these movies fill your heart, or you know, maybe I ripped your heart out, who knows? Please let me know if I missed any, what you recommend, and let me know what you think of my list. It's not like I care or anything.